Hey everyone, Mike here today with some early impressions here on Project Wingman. This game has some very heavy inspirations from Ace Combat, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but if you want to save the 15-20 minutes this video is going to take, well, you know all you need to know. It is a lower budget Ace Combat inspired game, which I'm not saying lower budget as a bad thing. The reality is it's a smaller team of developers, and you can kind of see it on the main screen here with the clouds being kind of blocky and the contour of these planes maybe not being as crisp as they can be with some of the occlusion stuff. But hey, I'm not complaining about it because it's still a pretty good game, and it isn't full price either. I believe on Steam I think it's like 25 US. I know it's 29 Canadian, but yeah, it's a pretty neat game so far. So we'll go ahead and do an earlier mission. I'm only in the first or the third mission, so we'll do the second one. And yeah, there's 3 difficulty options available right now. Normal difficulty is recommended for casual play, which I kind of agree with. It's pretty easy. But for the sake of this video, we'll stick on normal, which is what I've been playing on right now. So yeah, let's do the second mission. I found this game to be pretty okay. If you've never played an Ace Combat game, it's more casual to a certain extent than Sim.
Information coming out of country has been
We'll skip the
voiced
voiced mission briefing. So every mission has a bit of a briefing and kind of this animation stuff happening to give you an idea what's supposed to happen. Of course, sometimes there's some unexpected stuff. So yeah, like Ace Combat, you start with, 1 or 2 different starter planes, trainer planes in this case. As you complete missions, you unlock new planes that you can purchase. I've bought 3 of the planes so far, and it feels like you get enough credits every mission to buy another plane, so you'll probably have them all by the end. And they all have their own advantages and characteristics and stuff, and they're all good for certain things. I've felt a bit of a difference between some of these, and so depending what kind of mission, what kind of stuff you're going to deal with, some of these different planes will definitely offer different advantages. So since it's going to be mostly air combat, we'll go with the strike plane, so it'll be a bit more nimble. So by default, all of your planes have standard missiles, so you don't have to worry about that. And you look on the right here, we've got 3 slots on this one, and these are the options for each slot. And so the reason they kind of give you this list ahead of time is when you're trying to figure out what your loadout is well, slot 1 and slot 3, I can fit the same anti-air missiles. However, these high impact standard missiles are only available for slot 1. And so if I want to mix some missiles, well, may as well put those on slot 1. Slot 2, I'm not dealing with any ground targets on this mission, so put the gun pod, I guess, because I've not played with that yet. If I remember correctly, gun pods are probably like a big shotgun. And we'll go for multi-lock air missiles. And then there's only flares. I don't have any color schemes to play around with, so let's go ahead and launch. So I'm playing this on the PC. This is the Game Pass version of the game, but it is available on Steam and Epic Store and whatnot. Yeah, it plays pretty well. It's sim-like in some ways. If you played like a Forza Horizon, it's sim arcadey, which is fine. But yeah, they focus on fun, right? That's what this kind of game is done for. And so they're kind of teaching us a little bit of, hey, look at the radar. You can see what's coming up. So there's different camera views if you want. And we'll go for a multi-lock, because we're going to try and get 2 of these planes in one go. I'll do another multi-lock there. And hopefully get one of them. Perfect. So yeah, and this is where the fun starts. So it is air combat. You can use the D-pad there to switch between what kind of missiles you want to use. With a lot of these games, you're going to probably find yourself avoiding enemy missiles. You have flares as a countermeasure. However, on the difficulty I'm currently playing as, I've not found them to be super necessary. Mostly because the game is actually visually makes it very easy to tell where missile locks are coming from and missiles are coming from, and so I'm able to move away from them in parallel. But like I said, countermeasures are available as well. All right, let's start getting. So let's get a bit more serious, but it's also useful to look at the map sometimes, since that'll give you a better idea of where stuff is coming from. Ooh. You see the little circle? It's about to disappear in the middle of my screen there. Oh, it's still there. It's gonna disappear soon. Anyways, that's kind of the circle that shows up if you're going to try and machine gun down a target. Because you have to lead shots, that'll show up as well if you're trying to do that. Alright, let's... So one of the difficult things, and might be hard for you to follow this, but actually, yeah, this mission is a little tougher than I remember. Oh, that's right. Switch to higher speed missiles. This will help a little bit. Except when they use countermeasures, I guess. There you go. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta make some room. Get away from some of these guys. And then the other thing too is reinforcements are going to be coming in. Oh, I can get that guy. Yeah, one of the things with a lot of these games that can be bit of a pain is the amount of turning around and trying to figure out where people are. I've found this game to actually be pretty good at making the whole orientation of who you're aiming at, where they are, relative to you. Same with incoming missiles and stuff like that. I found all of that to actually be pretty good. It's generally pretty easy to keep track of targets, so I've not had too many problems on that end of things. Definitely I've noticed other flight games where it's you're just turning in circles constantly, and you and the enemy aircraft are both kind of doing the same stuff. So Ace Combat had a maneuver you can do. I think it was, I'm trying to remember, I think it was both analog sticks you could click in or something. where you can like kind of do a break style thing. And that was useful if you wanted to do a super tight turn. I don't think this game has something quite similar to that. It'd be useful though. So I have another, I think this is the third group. Yeah, controls are simple. You know, when you're playing and fighting around, the graphics seem fine. Like, you don't. It's not like you notice it immediately that, oh yeah, this is not as crisp, right? Now that the action's slowed down ever so slightly, then yeah, it's a little bit more evident that okay, those clouds are slightly lower resolution, which, you know, it is what it is. I didn't think I was going to collide with it, but you know, we'll keep the video short, I guess. Yeah, it's been pretty fun game. It lacks a little bit of the excitement and energy, and you know the cutscenes as well that Ace Combat would have, but it does everything pretty competently, anyways. You know, it's very similar, and so if you're looking to scratch that itch, I think Project Wingman is generally decent, and so it'd be interesting to see what they do more. You know, in the future. You know, they've kind of proved they can make this game and, you know, put out something that's pretty decent. But as far as I know, Sector D2 is the developer. From what I understand, this was like a Kickstarter, and this is like their first game, and wound up doing better than expected. And I think Epic gave them some money as well, and so this might have been an Epic Store exclusive for a little bit, which, hey, they put out a working product, and I think it works pretty well. And beyond that, there's also a conquest mode, and this is kind of a wave-based setup. So, it does mention spoilers. I'm not going to go into there, but yeah, there's also that as an option as well. So yeah, anyways, that is Project Wingman. Like I said, this is the Game Pass version. It is available on Steam, Epic. I'm not sure about consoles. I don't believe consoles, but it also has VR support if you're into that, which I might give a go eventually, but we'll see. I don't expect to do a follow-up video on this, you know, for how fun it is. I don't know if I'm feeling like I'm gonna play through the whole thing, but we'll see. I've got a huge backlog. If you haven't seen my videos before, I always complain about it. So anyways, we'll end this here, and I'll see you guys next week with some other game.